Welcome back to the coolest channel on YouTube. Look, man, smash that like button, man, because this thing right here is one for the books, people. But look, man, share this with your friends, your family, so we can keep spreading these positive vibes, you know what I'm saying? This video right here, man, just make sure you don't skip through it, because you will get lost in the sauce, because, you know, like we always doing, we always building. But look, man, just know if you're going through tough times, we're going through this thing called life together. You're never in your body by yourself, you know what I'm saying? But look, let's get into this video. Hopefully y'all having a good day. Let's go.
We gotta talk about the 2024 solar storm. I'm telling you, that's the second sign that the Anunnaki are making a comeback. And the first sign, that solar eclipse. Back in 2019, Yasuyuki Mitsuma and his crew stumbled upon this ancient Babylonian tablet talking about a solar storm where the whole sky turned red and these blue beings started falling from the heavens like raindrops. But here's where it gets real wild. These same dudes go on an expedition to Antarctica. They vanish for 2 whole days whilst exploring Rothschild Island. When they finally turn up, they're clutching these bizarre sun-shaped relics, rambling about 5 freaky sun-related anomalies that signal the return of the blue gods. It ain't over yet. Them tablets also spill about how during this solar storm, humans fled underground for safety. Now, ain't that something? Because around that same era, they're carving out Derinkuyu underground city over in Turkey. Now, why in the world would Musk, Bezos, and Zuckerberg be building these massive bunkers if they ain't thinking we're all cooked? It's all there, man. You just gotta look. Hollywood's finally admitting they lied about the moon landing. They be hiding everything in plain sight. We all know they ain't been to the moon. We don't need no movie to tell us that. People will say, oh, you would need 400,000 conspirators to pull that off. Oh, really? How many conspirators they need for the Tuskegee study where the government told over 400 impoverished African-American males they would be treated for bad blood, but instead they deliberately infected them with disease and caused 100 deaths by also withholding treatment they knew would cure them? How many conspirators did Germany need for the Holocaust? How many conspirators did Japan need for Unit 731? Y'all feel me? Where the stars at? Why the flag be flapping in the wind that ain't there? Why they got live FaceTime in 1969? And most importantly, why have we not gone back? How could we have lost the technology to go back to the moon? Did they accidentally throw it out with the rest of their common sense? It's all there, you just gotta look. How y'all not heard of Project Bluebeam? We got these folks in power trying to control the masses right now. They fixing to do this wild scheme to fake a global alien invasion or a second coming of some divine being using advanced holograms and tech wizardry. They want to unite the world under one ruler, pulling the ultimate cat move. But hold up, it gets even crazier. They ain't stopping there. They want to use this blue beam thing to mess with our minds, projecting fake religious events and messiahs to manipulate us. It's like a real-life sci-fi for people who are asleep. Wake up and pay attention, because if you be seeing strange stuff in the sky or hearing about miraculous visions popping up worldwide, you know what's really going down. It's all there. You just gotta look.
Yo, TikTok, answer this question. What generation has been called upon, has been activated by the Most High, has been sitting back in the shadows, has been sucking up everything and learning? What generation hasn't took the Kool-Aid? What generation is the reason why they bring out the Kool-Aid? What generation is being activated by the Most High to fight? And we're coming out the shadows. Huh? Can you answer that? That generation is Generation X. That ringing alarm, you hear it in your ear. Wake up, because here we come.
Literally everything comes full circle. Would anybody like to explain to me why there is a movie coming out on Friday that talks about the fallen angels from the book of Enoch, and it is called The Watchers? The book of Enoch, along with several other books, were removed by the Catholic Church from the Bible that everyone has, and I feel as though if you were someone who doesn't quite get it, you need to go read the Apocrypha and start with the book of Enoch. That's just it. That's just all. It's going to blow your head open. But nevertheless, we are told that it is not real canonized bibliography because the story just sounds like a fairy tale, right? you are unfamiliar with the story, a quick summary is how angels fell to earth, corrupted humans, gave them war, gave women makeup. They mated with animals, making mermaids, and then they also mated with animals, making all type of things. I've talked about this many a different times, but what it comes down to is these fallen angels were called the Watchers, and now here we are on Friday. There was a movie coming out called The Watchers. I just find it very funny that now, after all of this shit has happened in 2024, right? You basically have a whole fucking war in Jerusalem, and now y'all want to come out with a movie called The Watchers. Before y'all watch that movie, go read about the real Watchers. Go read about them, because you're going to learn a lot of shit. You're going to learn a lot. Because at this point, something about this year is not fucking right. And I stand on that.
I'm going out tonight. Try not to die.
Try not to die. Try not to die.
And I thought you couldn't talk.
Young woman with a drink in her hand. She liked to listen to rock and roll. She moves with the music.
Don't look at me like that. It's just something I do sometimes.
Never gets old. It's the only thing that never gets
Hello? I need some help.
Where's the car?
You have 5 seconds before the door is sealed. 5, 4, 3, 2.
What is happening? What is this place?
I don't mean to scare you, but we haven't much time. It's not wise to keep them waiting. They'll be very interested in someone new.
It's a window on the other side. They come every night.
And they'll watch us.
What is that? What are they doing?
Applause. For you, Mina.
How long have you been here?
I don't know.
And you've never seen one?
No one sees one and survives.
They have come to our world for a reason.
I'm not supposed to be here, and I'm not staying here.
They allow us to live because we follow their rules. You have broken too many.
I'm the dog.
What did you see? I'm trying to get in.
Try not to die.
I saw myself.
Someone's out there.
Please open the door.
John? My husband's outside.
This is a trick.
Oh my God.
Hell nah.
In the book of Enoch,
that just puts you in the mindset of like, dang, when they, you know, how people be talking about that's gonna happen and stuff, like, damn, boy, niggas better start meditating, boy, so y'all can get y'all powers, because that would be absolutely absurd, right? But look, we're gonna keep building. We're gonna have a good time with this, man. Let me know how y'all feel about this so far in the comments. Let's go. Are we building or what? This shit is like a movie. Let's go.
Azazel is a prominent fallen angel who plays a significant role in the narrative. He is portrayed as one of the leaders of the rebellious Watchers, a group of angels who descended to earth and took human wives, as described in the book of Genesis. Azazel is depicted as teaching humans various forbidden arts and crafts, including metallurgy, cosmetics, and weaponry. According to the book of Enoch, Azazel is held responsible for introducing sinful practices to humanity and corrupting them. He is also associated with the scapegoat ritual described in Leviticus 16, where the sins of the Israelites are symbolically transferred to a goat, which is then sent into the wilderness. In some interpretations, Azazel is identified as the demon to whom this scapegoat is sent, carrying away the sins of the people. It all started when a group of angels known as the Watchers descended from heaven tasked to watch over humanity. These angels' name translates to the sons of God and the sons of heaven. And we can see these angels spoken about in the Bible, as well as in the book of Enoch. The Watchers are described in 2 Enoch as looking like humans, but giant in comparison. These angels began to lust for humans, and this union is what created the giants. This union is also described in the Bible in Genesis 6. The Bible reads, "When human beings began to increase in number on the earth, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose." Then the next verse goes on to explain the Nephilim in the earth in those days. They were also terrorizing humanity, which is why God flooded the earth. It also
Incredible modern take on the X-Files.
We chose this time for a reason.
Fringe gave us an incredible modern take on the X-Files sci-fi formula. But do you know about the attention to detail in its first season and marketing surrounding the show? The show has a collective of mysterious characters called the Observers, a group of humanoid-like beings who are known to have existed throughout human history. They appear in the background of major historical events, observing as their name suggests. In the show's first season, you can spot an observer in the background of each episode. However, the show's network Fox took this one step further by including the characters in viral marketing for the show. American Idol and showings of the NFL and NASCAR on Fox at the time also included footage of the observers watching each event as a means of further promoting the show. Actors dressed as observers were also seen in real life around New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago, Boston, and Atlanta. If you love sci-fi, X-Files-y type goodness, don't be sleeping on Fringe.
Now I understand why they're trying to
do y'all get it though? Like, you know, they always put it in your face, you know, the observers, the watchers, they just call it something different, but it's basically essentially the same thing, aka the Men in Black. We've been seeing it for so long, you know, and it's always, you know, talking about the same things we talk about, just like how they say the aliens are the demons, and now you can see the correlation of the two on how everybody's talking about the same damn thing. But yeah, we building. Let's get back into this though.
For nature, you ever seen grass under a microscope? First time I seen the grass under the microscope, I said, shit, it looked like the grass is smiling. Let me find out the grass is more happier on this planet than we are. If the grass is smiling like this, we have no reason to ever be sad. Now that we know that the grass is always smiling, it makes more sense when you take your shoes off and ground, our body get recharged. The happiness from the grass or the energy from the grass is traveling through the soles of our feet to recharge our body. It's a well-known fact that electrons actually move through your body when you start to ground. All this shit is starting to make sense. This is why they're spraying all these toxic chemicals on the grass. They know if they spray these chemicals on the grass, it makes the grass negative. And once we take our shoes off and we ground, those negative ions go to our body. Can't forget about trees. You ever wonder why they're always cutting down trees? Did you know that therapists actually suggest their patients to go hug a tree if you're stressed, depressed, any kind of mental illness? If you go hug a tree, it will take all your negative energy from you. Maybe that's why they're cutting down the trees, because the trees can actually help us. Not only that, trees have aura fields just like us, emotions just like us. If you have a high vibration energy when you go towards a tree, the tree is happy to see you. If you have a low vibration or you have bad intentions, the tree is sad to see you. Yes, the tree have an aura field just like us. We did studies and said this is actually the aura field of the tree. So now that we know that the grass is always smiling, the trees can remove all negative energy from us, it makes more sense why they want to put us in these big ass toxic cities.
Do you guys remember taking 2 soup cans and a string and making a telephone with your friend? I've made the same kind of thing with solo cups, some metal foil, and a speaker cone spring. But when I put this thing up against my beehive, have y'all ever heard of anything like this before?
Giant venomous flying spiders with 4-inch legs invading New York any day now, experts say. Y'all calling my phone telling me to speak on this as if I'm supposed to know what the fuck to tell y'all about spiders that can fly, that can kill us. Get the fuck out of New York then. Y'all know what's going on, because 9 times out of 10, nobody really want to have an encounter with them, but they saying the spiders that could fly, and if you get in contact, you're gonna die. If you ain't got no money, sorry, but book a flight, y'all. It's time to go. It's time to go. 2024, like, Earth isn't Earth no more. I don't know what's going on. And I'm speechless. Y'all telling me there's a spider that could fly, and if he touched me, I die? What?
Matt Caldwell said, I cut the hair around my dog's eyes because it was getting long and blocking his vision. So now, what does it mean when my dog looks at me like this? Matt.
I'm telling you, he gonna have to go. The dog gotta go. He got a whole man face. The dog gotta go.
When I say this dude found the code, bro, he found the program. He found the Matrix download. Like, psh. Look, watch this right here, because it's gonna tie into the box talk. Y'all remember the box talk? If you haven't seen it, go to my page right now and look at box talk. It's like 5 videos, bruh. But this is gonna tie into this. But watch this, because homie just found the code. Watch this.
For one, the brain, not the body, needs to sleep. And then, what is the brain doing in sleep? Just check this out, man. It's doing something that if you put electrodes on the surface of our scalps and we all fall asleep at night, during the day, the waves, the measurements are, sort of wavy. There's different ones depending on how you're engaging. At night, there are some sharp 90-minute patterns. That stuff is designed. That's built in. Really? Yeah. So that's not new. We don't have that when we're awake. No. If something startles us, the electricity will be different. If we meditate, the electricity will be different during waking. But at night, you're on something programmed. And that's not new, Louis. That's the stuff that I've known for 20 years, and sleep people have known for 40 years. What I'm trying to do is give you an explanation, a synthesis. That's not random. That's not a glitch. 7 billion brains on a 24-hour cycle. Sleep pressure, you got to lie down, you got to sleep. The brain's saying you got to sleep. And when it's sleeping, it's doing this. 90 crisp cycles of REM sleep. You've seen the charts. They look like Lego. They look like the top of a Tetris thing or a Lego thing. That is something fundamental that's happening, in my opinion. And so that's why I think we must sleep. But I think what's the most important part of sleep is the dreaming. My kid.
Yeah, that's right. You heard him right. He said it's a program in a nutshell. But check this out right here. Have you ever walked past somebody, or you walked into their house and you just felt the energy, or you walked into the room and you felt some type of energy, some type of vibe that was just so off, and you was like, I don't know about that. But watch this right here, because I'm going to show you exactly why and how that's actually possible and what's really going on. Watch this. So quick little lesson. If you go into any room, I don't care where you at, majority of the rooms, all of the rooms are going to have something called a 90-degree angle. Boom, everywhere. And most of the time, it's like, what is it, 4 times 4? That's 8. It's 8 sides. Now, check this, not 8 sides. I didn't mean to say 8 points, okay? But it creates a 90-degree angle. But watch this right. So the human body produces 360,000 joules of heat per hour. So roughly that's about 100 watts. I ain't forgot about you over there in the back. We're going to get to why you feel a certain way when you walk into people's house. Watch this. But first we got to look at this Feng Shui. You heard of Feng Shui? Feng Shui is an ancient Chinese practice that involves arranging buildings, objects, in space to achieve harmony and balance. Check this out.
Everything got that 90 degree. Your door frames, your mirrors, windows, furniture. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Anything that is structural based that wants to hold energy, secure, emit and receive. So for instance, you think about a bed. A bed can hold storage, energy, receive, emit, boom, all of that. But watch this. Watch what the body does. Check this out.
The reason why that you be feeling like the way you feeling when you walk into a room is because every human being has something called an aura field, right? Or energy field. But we're not going to get into that right now. But that's part of the reason. But this is what I want to show you right here. You wanted to know how your energy is getting stolen. Look, check this out. Check out what Feng Shui says. Sharp corners are considered bad energy, or they are also known as Sha Qi or Feng Shui, poison arrow, and are said to weaken energy and promote poor health and well-being. But check this out about the 90 degrees. Look. Feng Shui theory suggests that Qi, or life force energy, travels along walls. When Qi from two walls meet at a 90-degree angle or less, it creates energetic turbulence that can affect the human energy field. Man, what do you... Bruh, remember Feng Shui is the practice of, it's the ancient Chinese practice that involves arranging buildings, objects, and space to achieve harmony and balance. So what that means is that when you walk into a room, right, first of all, your energy field can be so great and so large that it starts to emit some things. But here's the thing: you get contained when you are in these four walls, right? With these 8 points, right? In these 90 degrees, because what it does is start ciphering your energy. Bro, it starts ciphering your energy. When you walk into that house or that room or whatever, check this out. It says, and some say that homes absorb the energy of people who live or have lived there. Some say that negative energy can come from negative people, your environment, or your own thoughts. Signs of negative energy in your home include feeling uneasy, anxious, or uncomfortable, cluttered dust or disorganization, areas that feel neglected or chaotic, feeling emotional or tearful for no reason. All right, so check. Since I brought that up, there's some quick ways to alleviate those things right here. Is cleaning up and opening windows, adding plants, flowers, and color, rearranging your room, adding mirrors or larger windows to increase natural light. Natural light is a very big key. You want to make sure that you get some sunlight, some vitamin D up in the place to be, you know what I'm saying, to knock out those dark corners, if you know what I'm talking about. All right, so check it. So when we was talking about the energy field in the 90 degrees, right, in the room, if you're in a particular room, right, and it says right here that people that are regularly exposed to this type of turbulence may feel fatigue. So if you sleeping in these beds, right, that has the 90 degrees angles on the beds, and you in a room, and you asleep for like 8 to 12 hours and still wake up tired and fatigued. Why is that? Because something is ciphering your energy. It's ciphering your energy. And when we understand what homie said about the dream state, okay, so look, nothing in nature has angles. It's always like a spiral, right? But the doctor that deciphered that code, he said, no, it moves like this, 90-degree angles, right? 90-degree. See, the angles have to deal with building, but the spirals deal with perfection. Our energy has been getting ciphered by these archons, man. The ones that build, the ones that decided to cipher and house your energy, that host or parasite. Psychologically, sharp edges can also trigger a human response of danger, fear, pain, and detachment. In nature, sharp corners and straight lines are rare, and organic shapes and curves are more common. And we got this right here. Go ahead and pause and read, but it's basically talking about how much the human body emits energy. Even with activity, it can even increase 7 times that. Some say that homes have energy, both good and bad, and that you can feel it when you walk through the door, because that you are emitting and you are leaving this energy in these rooms. The corners of the rooms is shooting poison arrows, metaphorically speaking, at your aura field, and you are being drained and sucked dry energetically. That's why you gotta get outside, go touch some grass, wiggle your toes in the grass, look up at the fake sky and say, you think that's air you breathing?
You know the truth. How many simulated worlds like this are there?
Thousands. But yours is the only one that ever created a simulation within the simulation. Something that we never could have expected. It was your user. He downloaded into you, manipulated you. A puppet doesn't have a soul.
I can't have a soul any more than before.
But you do. Fuller did. That's what I never expected. We programmed this world so that no one in it could ever learn the truth, and you and Fuller did.
None of this is real. You pull the plug. I disappear. And nothing I ever say, nothing I ever do, will ever matter.
What about the earpods?
Earpods is worse than the cell phone. It's microwave just stuck in your ear.
Damn.
Yeah,
man.
that's why. Yeah. So if you look at my Beats by Dre, I actually got these EMF protectors on them. They sell EMF protector stickers, but you have to test them. I done found one that really work. I tested it with my meter. It don't give off no frequency. When I take it off in their own, it reads like 181. But once I put the sticker on, it goes down to 3. So that's a major difference. So you have EMF stickers you can stick on these devices. Do you got? Now B got one on his phone. Let me see yours. Show it to the camera. So here go one right here. If you look, this is an EMF sticker on the back of the phone. We tested them. So when the phone ring without it on, it would shoot the meter up. I got the meter off of Amazon. It was $399, but a good meter. But the moment you put the sticker on and call it, the meter go down to about 6. It's still reading, but it's not reading 300 or it's not reading 192. So you can put these on your headphones. You can put these on your phones. I got several of them on my laptop, and then I never keep this stuff on my persons at all.
Back in like the 50s or the 60s, they had a whole movement going on. I might have the decades mixed up. Y'all do the research. But they started saying, yo, the children are eating paint chips. And because there's lead in the paint, we need to start removing all lead paint from now on. Right? Because I know you've heard about lead paint, right? Yeah, no more lead paint. Why? Because the babies is eating paint chips. In your lifetime, have you ever seen any kid eat paint chips before?
No.
You any paint chips? No? Okay. You know, anytime you want somebody to do something without thinking, just say it's hurting the children. You know what I'm saying? Why would they want to remove lead paint from the homes?
Because
here we go.
Of technology, because of it blocks radiation.
There we go.
It blocks radiation.
Look at them neurons firing. Superman is all powerful. But hey, put that kryptonite in the lead box, he won't know it's there. So how else am I going to get frequencies, 5G and all that stuff to permeate through your walls and through your home, affecting you so I could see through your house and see your body and connect with you as a network if your paint got lead in it and I can't get in there? So get some lead paint, y'all. You didn't hear that from me.
Is it still...
Yeah, there's still lead paint. Yeah, they got EMF shielding paints and everything. Listen, there's a whole world out here where this is known. People understand this science and they hack in their house all types of ways. There's people that go to sleep with they take a copper wire and they tie it around their toe and they'll put the copper wire out their window and into the ground so that they're ground as they're sleeping. And they have beautiful dreams and the best rest, and they get up feeling like the Incredible Hulk, like they could bench press a house.
Hey, no cap though. That's why I told you I got a grounded mattress too. Like I'm getting a little obsessive with it. I'm trying to get all the necessities I need to connect with the planet though, be for real with you, in a better way, just to grow my understanding and feeling for everything. You know, I've been really incorporating that into my lifestyle for the past like couple years now. And look, I feel amazing. I've been getting amazing rest. You know, no more bags under my eyes and stuff like that. I get up with the most energy, man, and be feeling great, man, because I sit in natural light all day too as well. If I don't get a chance to go out, you know, so I just try to my best as possible. I just try to, you know, maintain my energy and be conscious of who we are. you know, but we building though. Hopefully y'all understand what's going on so far. You know, I don't want to overtalk this video. Just pay attention though. We building.
All right, you guys got me out here in the field today, but it is what it is. Okay, now right now I'm looking at this doggone stained glass, and what this stained glass is, well, look at this part right here. What you see right there is called a cavity magnetron. Now, a cavity magnetron is a device that's used inside of the accelerator, what they call it, the particle accelerator. Yeah, right. They use this inside of particle accelerators, and they use this inside of doggone microwaves to produce that doggone energy. Now, this whole big circle is a cavity magnetron, and they have these things all over the doggone church, man, pointing in every direction, because it's pushing the energy out. When the moisture in the air and the sunlight hits that, it radiates out. It goes into that little circular cavity right there. Wow, cavity magnetron. It goes into that little circular cavity, and then the ions in the air hit it, and it radiates back out. Peep gang. Now, going back down here, this whole thing really right there is another form of a cavity magnetron. But in the center, right there, that's called the cathode. Now, when they build these things and put them inside of your microwave, that circle in the center, the cathode, is the tube that really pushes and radiates the energy. That's the strong point of it. Now let's go back in. Let's go zoom back out. Now, if you know anything about symbolism, and when you see the circle with a dot in the center, what does that represent? In alchemy, it represents gold. In spirituality, the circle with the dot in it represents God, meaning that God is the center point of the all. Basically, that's the best way I can put it. Now, let's go over to the front of this doggone thing. Right there is the bell tower. Now, anybody who does any kind of spiritual works, you know that when you ring the bells, bells do what? They vibrate and they clear the air. That's why when people used to get married, and when they were coming outside of the doggone church after the marriage, and they were coming outside, they would ring the bell. They would ring the bell and clear the doggone air. It was a form of resetting their existence at that time. Now look at here also. They have the copper tops. Copper tops. Ain't that what they called us in the Matrix? The batteries? Right. Copper tops. The copper is used as a conductor for electricity. Like I said yesterday, man, on my video, these buildings are not just buildings, y'all. These are machines. And these are machines that run off of our old sacred science. And someone came through and perverted it. Go back and watch my video yesterday, because this is part 2. Someone came in and perverted this doggone thing. So let's put it this way, whenever they're trying to get rid of something, they do wicked stuff in the name of that, so it could be demonized, and the people would turn their back against it. And we did. We didn't turn our back against God. We turned our back against the doggone sacred science that we had to help heal this doggone area. Because there used to be a time when people would go inside of these things, and then they would have a service, meaning they're servicing their community. And they would go in there and they would create these sacred tones. They would say these prayers and say them with these sacred tones and in harmony, and would radiate the energy out. Because remember, everything is made of protons, neutrons, and electrons. When you enter that building, you become the building. You become one with the doggone machine, y'all. But anyway, this is your man, El Judge, man. You know what I'm saying? There's more I could say, but man, hey, this is real talk real fast. I gave you some keywords. Study them. You do the doggone work. I can't do it for you.
Right.
Plus, besides, man, after 30-something years, man, I'm a little tired, y'all. Peace and blessings. I'm out.
They are trapping your soul in the earth. Your body is a technological computer running the simulation to your mind, your consciousness. You do not experience the external world. You only experience the electrical impulses on your nervous system. You do not look into reality. What you see is an image produced by the visual cortex in your brain. You are only experiencing the brain and the central nervous system, not the world. The body is the earth. This is why the word heart is earth, because when the heart stops, you leave this veil of consciousness. The head is called the temple because this is where God resides. This is where the mind is, the invisible consciousness which has access to the other higher dimensions of consciousness. They have tricked you into materialism. They've tricked you into believing that you are only the physical body, which traps your mind in physicality. The mind can go forward and backwards in time, which means it exists outside of the third dimension, outside of time, space, and matter. Your body is a part of the third dimensional construct, which means it can only stay in the present moment. It cannot go in the past or future, just like your mind can. The devil is the D-veil. They want your mind stuck to the physicality, stuck in third dimensional awareness. This is why they get you addicted to all of the physical pleasures, food, lust, money, and all material things, so that your mind keeps entertained by physical things. When you die, your mind will still have the same addictions from when it was in the physical plane. This means it will come back and reincarnate again into physicality. This is why you need to strip off all addictions and detach from the external world, because this body is just a veil on top of your consciousness.
You won't believe what I found. Give me some volume on this. Keep watching.
You remember the movie They Live? When he puts on glasses and he can see the aliens in the crowd that normally without the glasses just look like normal humans? Some say this movie was actually based on the events of Dicenian glass. You won't believe what's behind the story of these weird looking blue goggles. And this is a subject which has the least amount of search results on Google that I've ever seen for any other theory or conspiracy. So in the early 1900s, a guy named Walter Kilner, who you can't even find a picture of him on Google, developed a sort of dye from coal tar. So he took this collodion-coated dye-treated glass plates and put Dicenian dye, that's the thing from the coal tar, in the middle of this glass. And the story goes that with these glasses, you can see outside of the normal range of visible light. All of a sudden your eyeballs can detect different wavelengths and frequencies of light. And it's said to have enabled the user to see people's auras. And you could see how strong or how weak someone's aura is, which is the electromagnetic field that we all emanate, at least normal humans do. But where this gets a little crazy, it's said that Walter Kilner, when he wore these glasses in public, not everyone had an aura. Not just a weak aura, but no aura at all. You remember the movie They Live? When he puts on glasses and he can see the aliens in the crowd that normally without the glasses just look like normal humans? Some say this movie was actually based on the events of Dicenian glass. And then of course Walter's place gets raided and all of his equipment confiscated, and this gets totally buried and no one knows anything about it to this day, except for a couple stories floating around the internet. So I'm gonna try to get some Dicenium and make my own Dicenium glasses, and I'll see if you're real.
You ever see those squiggly lines in the air? People may refer to them as floaters. Well, I'm gonna tell you exactly what these things really are.
Hey, that's why I say though too. Look, think about it. That's why I say when like people that's like labeled as schizophrenic and they see things. Like one of my cousins said he thought he seen something come up out the ground and stuff, and he was very serious. And I'm like, damn, if you're really seeing that and it's making you act like this in these certain ways, then I believe you. And I don't believe that it's something where their mind is tricking them. I think that they can see a different light spectrum than most people, aka they have a gift. They have a gift of a certain awareness that's not understood, and they just want to treat it with drugs because of the system that was ushered in for people to be, confined and reliant on the industry that sells us drugs that has people like hooked and unhealthy and stuff that creates more problems. I can go on and on and on. I'm gonna stop though, but we're gonna get back to the video, y'all. We building.
Typically mine's come in.
When I say protect your energy for sure.
Different shapes. They almost look like fractal patterns. They tell you it's an eye condition, but that's false, okay? Just like when they made up the so-called demon face syndrome, right? This is all false. Now, we are all aware that we are living in some type of light code simulation. And we only actually see less than 1% of the light photon spectrum. Now, the ones and zeros that make up this matrix are referred to as what's called Indinkra codes. When computers transmit information, typically this information is submitted through what they call binary or ones and zeros. Here's another visual perspective of Indinkra symbols.
When we see these floaters, basically what we're seeing is fragments of the matrix glitching. Basically, we're seeing the binary code or Adinkra symbols that string together this matrix. Since we only have access to less than 1% of the light photon spectrum, once in a while we actually may get a little more. And sometimes we start to see a little bit through the matrix. So it may appear as Adinkra symbols or binary, which is these little fractal patterns that we may get in our visual spectrum. A quantum physicist that studies supersymmetry by the name of Professor James Gates conducted a study in which he discovered that the same binary code that is used in computer transmissions actually makes up the fabric of our reality. This is why a motherboard and a city look so identical. Right. You can't tell me whether this is a motherboard or a city, I bet. So when the matrix is glitching, sometimes you may see portions of what's running it.
If doctors couldn't handle anything, and here this little priest had come out of the woodwork and handled my lead poisoning like he did and some other health issues, and I went back to the doctors to tell them there was no interest. They weren't interested. That floored me. So I said to them, what else are you not telling us? And that meant I had to go back into history and find out where they'd made a mess of it. And as the further I got back in history through the 1800s, I began to realize that, look, you know, you compare a hospital today with all their fancy white uniforms and all their multi-millions of dollars of equipment, and what did they know back then? What were they doing? Guessing? I started finding books that were published by doctors through the 1800s, books that they read and books that they learned from. And lo and behold, out of every single book were deworming programs, parasite programs. Our doctors in those days did autopsies, and they found parasites. And I looked at that and I got a hold of doctors and they said, no, we don't have parasites today. So we started to search for parasite programs just to see what was going on, to see if maybe something was happening that we really didn't understand. So I did myself first. And lo and behold, I got 8 and 10-inch critters out of me. They were white. First of all, they were in the toilet water and they were all bunched up. I thought it was mucus. Until, just for a curiosity, I threw some hot water in the toilet to warm it up and then went and gosh, they strung out and they were swimming all over. We're now doing pictures in color out of clinics where you go potty on a special pot with a screen in it and they take.
Hold up. Should you be able to even flush that? Like, I couldn't hold it no longer. Should you be able to flush that shit? Right, that's still it. They gonna still be in the water. Well, if you like, I heard if you cut them, they just reform smaller versions of themselves. Like, I don't know. Am I tripping? Y'all let me know. Like, I think that it's possible that can be. Oh man, just like when people throw their medicine and stuff down the toilet and it gets cleaned in the system, it's still traces of that when people drink it in the water system. So that's why it's, you know, it's crazy. Like, and that's why we need to, you know, purify our own water and make sure I would check our own water quality. You can't depend on the city. They only gonna clean it to a certain extent of their, you know, regulations, and we know how that go, nigga. That's why nobody in other countries can eat our food and none of that shit. They said, hell no, y'all are fat and out of shape and just look at you. What's happening to y'all? We gotta snap out of this, man. We gotta snap out of it. It's a spell, man. We gotta get back healthy. We gotta get back right. But look, I'm gonna keep letting y'all know about the stuff that's out here in the world. But we building though. Hopefully y'all understand.
Take pictures of the parasites that get out of you on these different deworming programs. Woman got 18-inch long critters out of her that were so thick she couldn't get them into a top of a juice bottle. They're usually translucent, they're usually white, and there's some of them that look like tarantula spiders, some of them look like grasshoppers, some of them look like little tiny miniature sailboats, some of them look like little spacecraft. There, this is really strange stuff. I have never yet dewormed anyone where they didn't tell me, hey, I
sounds like a multi-dimensional war, huh?
feel 25% better. Time you got halitosis, you're loaded, because that's worm urine and worm droppings that you're breathing out. So it's no wonder your breath's bad. When they pee, it's called ammonia. So just go to a doctor, have a blood test, and see what level of ammonia is in your blood. If you have ammonia in your blood, that's called worm urine. You get a headache. You got the headache because the worms are all peeing, trying to get you to eat something else. They're trying to make you sick so you'll get off of what you're doing and start eating. So you take some arginine and orthogonine, in a matter of 20 minutes, if the headache's gone, you've neutralized the worm urine and you know that you're loaded. All children that have little tiny pimples on the backs of their arms or little tiny pimples here on the edges of their cheeks have 5 varieties of critters in them. 5 varieties. It's time to deworm and it's time to get them out.
You gonna say it or I'm gonna say it? What was the intention behind that?
Listen, I already said I'm trying to eat healthier, so if that's a problem, I don't.
We still on the same shit. The same healthy stuff, right? A healthier gut microbiome, that's what you wanted?
Yeah, I said that in 2024.
It's not healthy already?
No, it's not.
No?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
You're still here. That's a problem.
That's funny because, like, I respect the choices that you make.
I don't think you do, though.
But I'm just here to influence them and tweak them a little bit. Right. Just a little bit. I knew that we needed probiotics in the diet. I knew that. Right. And I gave you the cue for that.
Wow, good looks on my health.
I did. When I said extra sour cream, rich in probiotics. When I said high sugar yogurt instead of the low sugar yogurt, how you going to get the probiotic in your system if you don't even want to eat it? Mm-hmm. The sugar needs to be there. The nutrients of the sugar needs to be there. Don't fake me out with no fake ass gummy. Right. I promise on vitamin B, this will not be good next time that happens.
On baby ends, don't speak.
Throw the capsules away. Because you want to talk about the government pushing all this processed food, the government making you unhealthy, the government pushing medicine instead of whole foods, yet you going to take a gummy instead of actual food sources? Crazy as hell to me. You thinking up here, you're not thinking down here. And this decides how you feel up here. So understand that next time you want to make a decision on your own.
Why do I feel like you gastric light?
I'm not messing with that.
You gastric light.
On vitamin B.
How about this one? Pistachio, almond fruit fudge, butterscotch delight. Ingredients: zinc trisodium aspartate, sorbitol and bisulfate, oxide beta-carotene, lactic acid carabine. Grade A milk emulsified, maltodextrin alkylide, silicon dioxide, lots of sugar. Hey, all right. Calcified synthetic salt, artificial barley malt, glycerin and aspartate, folic acid. That tastes great. Monosodium glutamate, dehydrated calciumate, soybean oil, butterfat, compensates of that. Hooray for sugar, cause we love it. Chocolate chips, we want more of it. Cakes and ice cream, want to shove it down our throats real fast. Here's a candy bar, you tried it? Hey, let's all see what's inside it. Gel and nitroglycerin, phosphate, soybean lecithin, deoxylite, trisilicon, dipped in chocolate. Bring it on! Citrus enzymes, PhD, powdered milk, that's good to me. Baking soda, carob gum, carbohydrate, monosodium glutamate, zinc disodium malginate, whole grain flour, yeast and fat. Fun to eat it, I'll do that. We like sweets a lot, so give us all you got, and we'll stuff them in our bodies till they make our insides rot.
Yo, what could you possibly want right now?
That was not soda. That was the soda.
I know what soda was kombucha. I'm trying to eat healthier.
Oh, it's cute as hell. It's adorable. Matter of fact, that you think one little kombucha. That was how you say it. Kombucha. One little kombucha, one little prebiotic supplement here and there. It's gonna change the entire trajectory of how you've been eating for the last 10 years. It's cute. Because if you was really about your healthy gut microbiome shit, right, I wouldn't be here right now. Oh my. And I'm not saying me being here is a bad thing, because I'm doing good things for you. I'm making sure that you are feeling fulfilled. I'm making sure that you eat stuff that makes you happy. Right? That's what it's about. Because listen, why would you try to live longer when you talking about you don't want to bring your kids into this world? Oh, wow. I heard the conversations. Listen, man, look. I'm not here to be your op. Matter of fact, this is a symbiotic relationship. Right. So if you're doing good, right, and you eating the foods that we need to eat, then we doing good. So don't be trying to switch up to kombucha, because you know you didn't even like the taste of it. Every time you taste it,
It wasn't that bad.
4 or 5 times looking at the back of it, reading it, asking yourself, do I really want to drink this? This is crazy to me because you always wonder why you're tired.
Why are you yelling right
now?
now?
Because you spending all your energy and your brain power on stupid. Like, I'm giving you the cues, and you're going against the grain.
Nah, because if one kombucha ain't gonna do nothing, then why you getting so...
I'm passionate about it, because it's my health too. And you neglecting that. You act like I'm not even here.
Again with the gastric lighting. Stop.
You need me and I need you.
And it says we must stand in defense until we can open the Stargate.
Look, you got to think about it though, man. Look, those the parasites will be on you, and look on a serious note, no joke. If you look these things up, I can't say in particular which ones because then that's when they come for you and start to like really suppress you. I'm already being suppressed right now, but you know they're unsubscribing people and from my channel and stuff, and people like I got thousands of people saying that they had to come find me again when they were already subscribed. But look. So you got to check this out. So I can't say the name of the illnesses and stuff, but a lot of them are linked to, you know, parasites. A couple parasites in particular that you can get rid of and it'll eradicate the symptoms that you're having. The things that if you have like the, you know, the jerpalies on your lips, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. And you get the parasite that's causing that because that's a symptom of something, right? But once you attack that entity and you get them up out of there, then the symptoms will go away, which will take that away from you, right? But I only can say so much. You just gotta go out here and do your own research. But look, I'm trying to put people on game. Make sure y'all share these videos, smash that like button. Let's get this video like 20,000 likes. Very informative. Crazy. These joints is like movies.
I've heard you talk about how ancient Egyptians had access to portals to travel.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you look at the Pyramid of the Sun located in Bosnia, these are European pyramids that nobody's really talking about. There's a valley there with pyramids in the entire valley. It seems to be like 4 or 5 pyramids, massive. But there's one called the Pyramid of the Sun. We discovered that there's tunnels underground that connect all these pyramids there. And in one of those tunnels going to the Pyramid of the Sun was a gigantic crystal called the K2 megalith crystal. And written on it is this writing in runes, which we've been able to decipher, ancient Norse writing. And it says, we must stand in defense until we can open the Stargate. So we know that this stone, this giant crystal is there. We have, you know, anyone can look it up. It's available, it's publicly available knowledge. And the writing and the deciphering of it is publicly available. They're saying that we have a Stargate and we're defending. There's a war going on. This is one of those pyramid wars. We can't go through the gate until we defend it because there's something going on here.
Now I have a theory. It may be an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to tell you what I think about it. Listen to this.
You have a time span for this. That's why Drake is on, but Pac is not. Tupac is Drake. I don't want to do this to y'all, but Tupac is Drake. Tupac is.
So the average person listening to that might feel like, timeline for what? What is he talking about? Tupac is clearly not Drake. But listen, you have a timeline for this. Tupac is Drake. Hold please.
Billie Eilish, who the world knows. She literally.
Oh, James Earl Ray, the person that shot me on the balcony.
Oh, shit.
James Earl Ray.
Now, friends, if y'all don't know who James Earl Ray is, let me show you. James Earl Ray was responsible for the going on to glory of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who was pum on a balcony in Tennessee. So that kind of made me think about something. Let me bring it all together for you. You know that in life, there are spirits, demons that attach themselves to people, and it causes them to do things that they wouldn't normally do. Like some people have sugar addiction, alcoholism. You know, you might like to pum people, or something that you're doing is not right, lying, stealing, cheating, whatever it is that you're doing. Those demons that cause people to do that have been around since the beginning of time. Okay? Yeah. And then they have like hierarchy. Right? Which levels and which can do what, you know? That's a real thing. Is he talking about these people's demons that were possessing them at the time, or whatever entity, spirit, demon possessed these different artists to give them the talent that they got? Once that artist goes on away, that demon is still living. It just goes into the next person and it just goes into the next host. Hence why they always talk about the entertainment industry being full of a bunch of rituals that they're summoning these demons to help them gain the power and fame and notoriety. And then there are some that fear each other or respect each other. And when I say each other, I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about these demons. Look at this one.
Will Smith's best friend.
Don't say Will Smith. Listen.
No, I know that's your man, but his best friend. He can't. No, not Jazzy Jeff, but the goddamn his other best friend. The other nigga
with the Will name.
Why did he stutter and tremble at the name of Will Smith? Okay, And why didn't he talk about him in the manner in which he talked about other celebrities? There's a few people that he just do not talk about in that way, where he just like, But others, he talks about who they are, as in who we recognize in the flesh. But really, I believe he's talking about who they are as far as the demon, spirit, or entity. I don't know, friends. I really hope I ain't got y'all up in too much of a tizzy. Y'all gonna have to let me know what y'all think about this, okay? And I'm gonna call y'all back later on. Bye.
Hey, that's like real life possessions and stuff. So basically, essentially, you're saying, you know how some people can vibrate low too, and an entity can take over your body, possess your body, anything, and you know that could be that, and also that can be people coming back from different that know the secrets of this world, and they know, and they're very aware of each lifetime that they have, and these are the people that are, you know, running the world right now. Is because they know a secret that the most of us don't know, that or we haven't mastered yet. And what do they want to do? Distort the information so that a few or none of us will ever get there, you know, to that point. And when we recognize it, we will probably turn on them and we will overpower them, you know, when the truth really comes out. But they even showed it in the movie The Avatar. In the movie The Avatar, when they attacked, you know, they lost their human bodies, right? And who did they come back as? Where did they come back to? Those type of bodies. So you got to think, if we were at war or we integrated with them at certain times, certain entities or whatever, they could be taking human form. That's why to me, it sounds very logical that can possibly be happening, and everybody's reincarnating in human bodies here. And I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments down below about that one. But we still building though. It's pretty interesting to talk about though. Let me know your opinions. You don't have to agree. You know, we're just throwing things out there at this point. But that sounds crazy, right? Let's get it.
Symbolism will be their downfall. Or is it just art? And let me be the first to tell you, it's all connected. I mean, if you know, you know. But first, let's go back to that video of Ellen DeGenerate. When the camera turns, you can see the inside of her house. Now, see that picture right there? Well, if you pause it and look it up, it says evil thoughts with revenge right next to it. Here's another picture of Ellen in her house, and this is the picture behind her. Now, the thing I'm curious about is the letters on top of the picture. These look oddly similar to the letters Marina Abramovich writes out when she does spirit cooking. Remember the beginning of the video? It's all connected. And that person that was in all red is Lady Gaga, and she went to Marina Abramovich many times for teaching. But let's continue. This is another picture of Ellen in her home. She's cutting her mother's hair, but what is that picture above her head?
Nia, are you awake yet? Do you still not believe? Focus on the cross and tell me what you see. These are things that can only be seen through your peripheral vision. This is not a trick. This is not an illusion. The longer you watch, the more distorted and grotesque their faces grow, and you can see their true nature. This is true deception. Perception is deception. These images are terrifying. The veil is being lifted. What you're seeing is real. This is what is controlling us. You can stop this video and re-watch it, and you'll see that these faces are not altered. This is true deception. It's time for everyone to wake up and face the truth of what we're dealing with.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
And he even got a mural on the wall. King Von. And he's a serial killer. The FBI have already classified him as a serial killer because he done killed so many people.
Bro, he was dead, bro. If he wanted you out of there, he'll go do it himself on feet by himself.
He was manic. He was, you know what I'm saying? Shorty was crazy. He was on that. He was, you know what I'm saying? So,
he was in a documentary laughing. You know how sick you gotta be to knowing you killed this girl.
When I heard that Von got killed, I was relieved for the community, man.
Cause he was over there torturing them guys, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
But I was happy as hell when I found out Von was dead. Nigga, I cooked for the whole day.
Something was wrong with him. That's not human, man. You're not regular, man. Nigga was the devil, man. That nigga was the devil, man.
Von was different. Like, when shit happened to Von. Ain't nothing happening to Von. I done been shot twice. A lot of our guys done been shot. Everybody, ain't shit happening to Von.
Hey, look, some people need to be gone, bro.
Back in the 80s.
You gotta think about it. Do y'all think something was possessing his body, or did he come back as somebody that he knew he was? Y'all let me know the theories in the comments down below. We building though. This is
First thing is we have epigenetic memories. That's been proven now scientifically. I remember when Dr. Bruce Lipton talked about this over 20 years ago, the epigenetic memories being passed down from ancestral trauma, and his own peers laughed at him. They almost ostracized him from the community, from his own scientific community. Now, fast forward 20 plus years later, it's taught in universities.
Wow.
They've done all the scientific studies. They've discovered that in every single one of us, 15 to 20 years of generational trauma is being passed down. The memories, the actual memories are coming in through the RNA on the father's side into the next generation.
Damn.
And so what's happening is you could be a person that's got what appears to be a great life. I'm doing good. I got my career. Everything's going phenomenal. I got a lot of opportunities. Why do I feel depressed? Why am I anxious? Why am I angry all the time? It might not be you. It could be your ancestors' trauma in your body.
Wow.
A lot of people don't understand this. Like, for example, why are a lot of African American people extremely angry and frustrated and depressed? Well, 15 to 20 generations hasn't even passed yet from what happened with slavery. I mean, it's just a fact.
Right.
So what? They just caught niggas at a bad time, huh? Nah, but look, check me out though. You got to think about this. You know, that's why I always say protect your energy, because your energy can be siphoned by many different entities and people that can come around. You know, and they know when you are chosen to do something great, and they just want to feed off of that energy, man. So sometimes you're gonna have to recharge. There's nothing wrong with stepping back, recharging. You know, I do it a lot. You know, I got to keep that balance within my life, because before I start chasing money and stuff, I want to make sure that I'm all right and I'm balanced as best as possible. I can be here for myself and for my legacy, my kids, everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you need to step back and just focus on the real things in life, you know. So therefore, you know, when you're at your best, when you out here achieving what you're trying to achieve in this lifetime. And I think it's serious that we go out here and do our own research and who we really are. When you start to understand that we're not the human body, we're the entity controlling this, we're that energy controlling this, it's amazing. It's amazing where the different things that unlock in your mind, and it just gives you that sense of I can do anything that I want, because that's such a great, amazing miracle to happen, just to be here in this time and be conscious of it. Because if you look around, look at your animals. Let's talk about it. A lot of people talk about the animals. Oh, they're so smart, woo, 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 but they're not as smart as us. Something special. I got Frenchies, and look, I ain't even gonna cap with y'all. They are not the smartest. And I look and I analyze them sometimes, and now I'm to the point where I'm starting to empathize and understand, because I'm sitting here for a great purpose, and I can be a caretaker of something like this and help it get through its life cycle the best as possible, you know? So I don't know, man. You know, let me know how y'all feel about this video right here, man. I think it's an amazing video. Protect your energy, protect your family. Go out here so you can be the best you can be and take over the world. Real talk. But look, man, I see y'all in the next video. Like I always say, man, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. I see you in the next video. And I'm out, though. Bye.